Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in this gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. It says, Maryland town suspends its entire police force, leaving residents in shock. Okay. This is from the End Time Headlines, and me personally, I like this website because, they go into a lot of prophecy, a lot of current events, a lot of things that the mainstream media scarcely covers, okay? While we're in a time of economic depression, which Esau, he hates that word. He hates that depression/recession word because he likes to deny it to keep these sheeple out of the loop. But things are happening, man, okay? Things are happening. People are getting laid off from jobs. I think Tyson Foods cut over, I think it was 20,000 employees, if I'm not mistaken. But it was quite a number of employees, and then they replaced them with migrants that's willing to work for lesser pay and free childcare. Something that they wasn't paying their citizens here in America to work for these corporations. And what you're seeing that's happening is that Esau Edom is trying to create division and tension among the people. Okay, he needs a civil war. He needs people to act out of character to be justified on putting people in concentration camps and bringing in his draconian laws, man. Okay, so these things are ramping up. Migrants, you got standoffs with tenants and squatters. Okay, you got this guy, Abbott, that's pretty much saying that the Biden administration is all the deep state, when in fact he works for the deep state as well. You got this guy, Governor Parsons, but what's this guy from Florida? DeSantis, I think it's DeSantis, if I'm not mistaken. Allegedly, he's activated particular National Guards to send these so-called Haitian migrants back, if I'm not mistaken. But we know that a lot of this stuff is really just a play on the emotions of the people. But regardless of it, this place is collapsing, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is getting ready to dig his claws in this place, so to speak. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna read the article, get a couple of precepts as we call them, and that'll be that. So it says, a largely unexplained decision by a Maryland town to suspend its entire police force have left residents shocked, skeptical, and on edge. It says a small town of Wrigley, located on Maryland's eastern shore, announced it was suspending officers of the Wrigley Police Department, leaving other public safety agencies to fill the void. It says, but the town's resident remains entirely in the dark about why it was being shut down. Okay, because we know that they're going to eventually, these migrants, these military-age men coming across the border, eventually a lot of them are going to start to pop up in your cities wearing blue hats and black suits, man. Okay, or UN suits or UN color suits. It's came out that migrants are allowed to work for police departments, and they're able to have gun rights and to purchase firearms. Okay, which is another red flag as to why a lot of these police forces are being underfunded or defunded, because they want to bring in a more more controversial police force, if that make any sense, that's not gonna adhere or comply with the people. Because they know that the police force to some degree is going to side with the American people, because a lot of these cops are ex-military, and a lot of them are patriotic, and a lot of them do not agree with what these city councils and leaders and state senators are doing. So a lot of cops are like, look, you know what, man, if we got to really turn on our citizens, if it ain't Jake, then we ain't turning on them for real. So, and Esau knows that. So in order to add insult to injury, hey, a lot of these cops are going to get fired, laid off, quit, ambush, and before you know it, you're gonna have just a foreign military occupying your land, which that's what you don't want. But it says, what's very concerning is that they didn't communicate with us in an honest and open way, which they never do, says Lori Klein, a longtime Wrigley resident. Treat us with respect. We're adults, thinking rational adults who deserve the truth. It says Holly Justice was an esthetician who owns a spa in Wrigley, and added, we are blindsided. It says it makes you question the integrity of people who are supposed to protect and serve. But it reads here, it says, last week, Officials said on Wrigley's website that the town's 3-member commission has suspended with pay the entire of the Wrigley Police Department, which I'm pretty sure is a small police force. But it says in the Office of State Prosecutor is investigating potentially wrongdoing. It says it doesn't add up, said Jenny Wu, a business owner in downtown Wrigley since 1983. It reads, everybody is skeptical about what happened, and we just want to know why and how and why. But the department's website says that employees have a dozen officers to service its population of about 1,600 residents. So this is a very small, hickish Maryland town. You know what I'm saying? 1,600, that ain't really a lot, you know? That may be a town, maybe 4 or 5 6 square miles, maybe 20 square miles, if that. Pretty small. But according to the city officials, Wrigley has made arrangements for officers of the nearby Caroline County Sheriff's Office to respond to emergency calls for now. But that's kind of crazy because technically that's out of jurisdiction. But Caroline County Sheriff David Baker said Maryland State Police will also pitch in. Having officers from neighboring towns respond to service calls has some residents worried about slower response times. Some residents have also suggested a reduced law enforcement presence could make them target for potential criminals. And this is why people are going to start to take matters into their own hand, because the police force have left them high and dry, man. Okay? So people are going to start to take matters into their own hands, and they're going to start to do things that's inconvenient. So 911 is not the call that they can go to. People are going to start to defend their own properties. Like in certain states, squatters' rights or migrants taking over homes, hey, police ain't coming to investigate that. So basically they telling you, look, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker come in your property or somebody's posing a threat, do what you got to do, because one thing about these migrant, they're linking up in packs and gangs, and they're attacking people that's vulnerable, like older people, women, you know, children, stuff like that. And they're ultimately going into neighborhoods that's more of lackadaisical. You know, they're not really coming into the hood for real. And even if they're in the hood, they just team up with other Jakes because, you know, they know that that's a sense of force there versus you going to an old folks community when you have the youngest person being 58 years old in a walker. I mean, it ain't too much that they can't do with those people. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, these particular sleeper cells, these migrants, these gangs, they're targeting the weaker communities, man. You know, but like you go to the south side of Chicago, you have them out there, but overall they're not really have an occupying presence of violence because they know that south side of Chicago, them niggas crazy out there, man, and they will literally put, like Apostle Tara said, he said, hey, you go up against Jake, you don't want to get into it with Jake because Jake will riddle you with bullets, man. You know, Esau, he'll shoot you in the back of the head or shoot you, put a couple of bullets in you. But Jake, he would literally Jake, he would literally riddle your whole body with bullets, man. You know, he'll put a whole clip in you, and this is why you can't play with Jake, man. You know, you see niggas, you go the other way because it goes there. Jake is wicked. You know, these poo shiesties out here. But nonetheless, man, this is just another sign of America's decline, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, and Yahweh Bashimi Habushai is closing the chapter on this fucking place finally, man. And you women, you getting ready to suffer because we know 911 is your bread and butter. So when your beloved white man with this uniform, he can't come to the crib and investigate, and the nigga ready to beat your ass, then you bitches are gonna fucking get in order, man, because you women are completely out of fucking order, man. Okay, from the youngest bitch to the oldest bitch, you hoes are out of order, and I'm saying it in that fucking order. Okay, you women are getting ready to be humble. All right, so it behooves you just to shut your fucking mouth. Okay, because hey, it's coming to a time that you don't shut your mouth. Hey, the Lord is gonna allow these truths to have their way with you. Okay, you're gonna get more than hit in the mouth, if you know what I mean. Okay, so anyway, let's get a couple of precepts. Matthew 24:12, it says, because iniquity should abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Iniquity goes into sin on top of sin. Okay, iniquity. And what you're seeing right now is nothing but iniquity, man. You got motherfuckers committing cannibal acts in Cali. Okay, you got motherfuckers coming across the border, rushing the borders, which a lot of that shit is bread and circuses anyway. But even then, you still have a formal problem in America. Okay, people are on edge. People are tired. Okay, motherfuckers are killing each other, family members, man. Fathers shooting mothers, mothers shooting fathers, sons shooting mothers, man. I mean, mothers are killing their children. No, It's a real shit show out here, and we ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, just wait till they cut the power. Wait till things start to really go bad. Wait till the famine comes, man. Okay, wait till the internet is shut down. That's when you're gonna start seeing piles up of people. That's when people gonna start coming out the woodworks. Because like I said, when I go to the local stores around my house, I'm seeing people I've never seen before. I'm like, where the hell does this person come from? You know, especially it's been a major influx of Hamites where I live at. Like these motherfuckers are crawling out of the fucking ooze where they come from, man. It's like the hell is this nigga come from? But when you go into the word iniquity, it means sin on top of sin. Okay, iniquity on top of iniquity. Okay, so let's go from here to the book of 2 Ezra 15, and let's start at verses 1, because the 2 Ezra 15 and 16 is getting ready to play out in full totality in the time we in now. Okay, and we're seeing it play off in small increments, but look, 2 Ezra 15 and 16 is finna jump off the pages, man. So sooner than later, you can forget about your damn jobs, you can forget about your fucking apartments, your homes, your vehicles, okay, work, all that stuff that you people pride yourselves in. Because ain't nothing more important to Jake but a goddamn fucking job. Jake's slaving 9 to 5 for Esau. That's Jake's biggest thing, is if he got a job. Like, fuck a motherfucking job here, man. Okay, they don't even pay you enough to even sustain yourself. They said you need 3 jobs in order to to barely make it. And you Jakes, man, you ain't making it. But it reads, it says, behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in their mouth, says Yahweh Shimon Hawashai. Prophecy means to say before. And when you look at the videos, the men of the Lord, the men of the great millstone and our affiliates, we're speaking things before they happen and they're coming to pass. But yet you still got bozos out there that like to discredit what we say because they can't take the credit for themselves because they ain't in the spirit. But it says here, cause them to be written in paper. The paper is these scriptures, for they are faithful and true. But fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the unbelief or disbelief or incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So incredulity goes into disbelief. So your family, your baby mamas, your baby fathers, whatever you want to call these people, your daughters, your brothers, son, cousins, and don't let them don't let that shit bother you, because now the truth is going out the truth is going out on levels. To the point you can't even contain it. I was looking at a post and about how Russia allegedly released those black icons from the vaults and the catacombs and stuff. And I'm seeing people in my family, like cousin, like, oh wow, this is really, the truth is coming out. And I've been trying to tell these stupid motherfuckers this for the last 13 plus years. And yet, they ain't putting 2 and 2 together yet. So fuck them, man. Don't call my phone, ask me a goddamn thing. Cause hey, you gonna get the fucking dial tone. All right, and I mean that shit. You niggas wanted to continue to do your bullshit. Stay the fuck you at. Don't come out here asking me a goddamn thing. Go to the sellers and buy, man. All right, because we tired of fucking around with you Jakes. Okay, you want to keep doing wicked until you can't do wicked no more. Then you niggas want to come and act like you about the truth. The hell with y'all, man. That's why it says, for all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. Like the Lord don't see you. The Lord see you cats out there. And it says, behold, says the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, famine, death, and destruction, and death, man. Okay, because like we said, man, they suspended the whole police force. And then I think it's in, Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken, or PA. I believe that they don't get calls. The cops, they don't show up between the hours of 3 and 7 a.m. anymore, which is when most crimes take place. So if they know that they're not going to get any type of responses, people are going to be doing breaking and entries. So it's best bet you people, you better find a way to protect yourself, because the cops ain't going to protect you. Okay, the cops can barely protect themselves. It's going to be lawlessness. People ain't going to regard these laws and rules anymore. People just going to start taking shit into their own hand. They see something, they going to take it. All right. But anyway, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For their destruction and sword, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people should stand up to fight against another with swords in their hand. Hey, that movie Civil War is coming out, next week? In 2 weeks. Matter of fact, let's say 3 weeks. The movie Civil War, which I know every brother in the Truth or in Great Millstone is going to see that movie and check it out and do lessons on it, man. Because, hey, I'm eager to see that. That's a bad movie. I know one of the guys, he was bringing out the because you know they do the pre-screen release, at not Comic Con, but it's something, and they release the movie like a month or something before it comes out, and people go see it. And the dude said that the movie was scary because it's like centered around realism, especially everything that's happening in the country, the tensions, the division. People are like, man, I ain't with this, But it says here for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. Okay, this is the time of all hell breaking loose, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning they're not gonna give a shit about military or National Guard or UN troops. They're not gonna care about cops. Cops is gonna be like the least of the concerns. Cops ain't even gonna be dealing with cops. You see, they ain't gonna be worried about some damn federal judges. They ain't gonna be worried about Biden's senile ass. Ain't nobody worried about these people. They just like, you know what, we gonna get what we gonna get. You failed us, you sent all our money overseas, you've played on us. Then now we getting ready to reap this place. Because like I said, man, these migrants, these military age men, a lot of that is sparking up civil war. But it says here, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, meaning they gonna do what the hell they want to do. It says a man should desire to go in a city and should not be able. Why? Because martial law, bridges are blown, private militias, man. Okay, standoffs between neighborhoods, gang standoffs. It's gonna be crazy. Ain't gonna be nowhere safe to go. The minute you go out your fucking house, it's gonna be danger. Radar. You want to go to the store get some bread? Hey, that's literally gonna be playing Russian roulette. Because it's gonna be that damn bad out here. Shootouts in front of you, in your front yard, in your backyard. Motherfuckers getting put to death on your back porch. You're hearing screams all throughout the night. Shit blowing up. Fucking cars crashing, planes falling out the sky. Blackouts, fires, man. Wild animals. Chariot sightings, crazy weather, man. Black skies, man. Blood moons. All types of stuff, man. Winged creatures, bats, Bigfoot, motherfucking Leviathan. And that's just to name a few of the things that the Most High is going to unleash on this place. Okay, the Lord is going to open the full arsenal on his damn place, and so be it. All right, and it says a man should desire to go to a city and should not be able, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, and the houses should be destroyed, and men be afraid, and a man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword. So, hey, fucking hermit or herman, your neighbor that you get the sugar from, or you get the loaf of bread, or the peanut, whatever you borrow from your neighbors. Because neighbors ain't really friendly no more. Like, they'll speak, but ain't nobody coming over. Your neighbor ain't gonna say, hey, you want to come over here and eat dinner? Nah, that don't. Bro, I haven't had that happen since like the early 2000s. Early 90s type shit. Okay, neighbors don't invite you over no more to watch TV. You want to come over here and have a couple of brews, watch the football game? People ain't in that spirit no more. They barely speak to each other. And in some cases, you have to beat the shit out your neighbors, man, because they unruly. So it's gonna be easy for this prophecy to take place. Shit, you don't even know your neighbor's name. They don't fuck with you anyway. So it ain't nothing for them to kick in your door and get your white bread. But it says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. So this is where we're heading to, brothers, man. So I'm just end it there.